Hi everyone, this is Levent Gurdemir, UTA Planetarium Director, and today we are here again with you for another UTA Planetarium public show, completely streamed live on the internet. So, today what we are going to do, we will take a look at the night sky as like we were after sunset looking at it. And you will notice a few bright things you may wonder after sunset. So do you remember what time the sunset is? Did you pay any attention? Well, if you didn't, it is not until 8:30. It's pretty late. So after 8:30, go outside and look at west direction. You can tell which direction is west, right? Well, you can kind of see the twilight still in the west direction. It is going to be brighter than the east direction if you are looking at it within the sunset window. And Venus is going to be the first thing probably you are going to notice because it is going to be very bright object in the sky. We talked about Venus a couple videos earlier. Venus has thick clouds. It is the hottest place in the solar system. And those thick clouds are reflecting a lot of sunlight. That's why Venus is so bright, actually the brightest planet visible on the sky. You will see Venus if you look at through a telescope. It is not really interesting object. Let's actually magnify the Venus a little bit. Well, what telescope does is actually magnifies the planets. So what we are going to do is magnify it, and you can see it looks like the moon on the telescope. It is going to be just brighter than the moon, but it is showing us faces, and even though only small amount is reflecting its light, it is still pretty bright in the sky. So after Venus, look on the left side of Venus, because you will see the star Beetlejuice, like a little red dot. This star is it's actually the 10th brightest star of the sky, and it is the second brightest star in the constellation Orion. We cannot see Orion because it's already below the horizon. So uh, when we look at the Beetlejuice, this star was the point of interest a couple months ago. It almost gave a heart attack to astronomers. This star is going to explode as a supernova anytime soon. Well, we don't know how soon it is, but it may be even be happening in our lifetime. And in January, in December, this star started getting dim and dim. So this is what stars do right before they go for explosion. And that created a lot of interest to the stars. But after late February, the star just recovered its brightness. So what happened was probably there was some like stellar dust going around the star, blocking some starlight, so it got dim. Right now, everything is going good, but who knows? Maybe it is exploded because that star is too far away. It takes for its light to reach Earth 650 years. That means whatever happens around Betelgeuse and with Betelgeuse star, we are going to see it after 650 years. And if you look at next to Sirius, just left of Sirius, you will see the brightest star of the night sky, Sirius. This is the last chance to see it. If you have unobstructed west view, you can see the Sirius setting. And right above Sirius, there is a constellation Gemini, and if you look a little above, let's actually turn our viewing direction a little bit. And right now we are going to look. Let's go up. Actually, we can go in any direction we want, and when we go up, we can see the constellation Leo. It is very interesting. It is very easy to recognize constellation, the Leo. and it is part of the zodiac, one of the 12 constellations in the zodiac. You can recognize Leo with this. I always use that question mark, which forms the head of the lion. And there's a bright star at the end of this question mark called Regulus. I am going to turn in the sky in the another direction. It's going to be the north direction, because there is a great star in the north direction, and it is called the North Star. North Star points us one of those navigational directions. Guess which one I'm talking about? Of course, the North Star points the north direction. So the North Star is not easy to find because it is not very bright star. But I would like to show you a little trick. There is a very famous and notable constellation in the sky. It is called this one, Big Dipper. It just looks like a big frying pan in the sky. Very easy to find. You need to find these stars first. And after you find it, it is very easy to do the rest, because you are going to find the head stars or leading stars or pan stars of Big Dipper constellation, and you will draw a line in the sky downwards for tonight, and you are going to find a very tiny star, and this is going to be the North Star. Let's see which direction the North Star is pointing, and when we go down, we put our north marker here because we are heading to the north direction. Very easy to find. Yes, you nowadays can find a lot of ways to find directions. You can use your smartphone, maybe compass. You can ask someone that you see on the street, but the best way is finding North Star. This is how actually people navigated their ships across the seas, starting thousands of years ago. Very interesting. After North Star, after finding the North Star, let's go forward in time. So in the planetariums, one of the cool things we can do, without waiting, we can go forward in time. And I am going to forward the time to the morning sky. And if you look at the North Star is not moving in the sky through the night, and all the stars appear to be rotating around North Star. There's a reason for that, because North Star is located at a special point in the sky. It is located where the Earth's rotation axis is pointing. When Earth rotates around this axis, everything appears in the sky following this rotation, except the North Star, because it is at the center of all the rotation. We are looking at north, but I would like to look at southeast, because there is a great planet show. This planet show is, which there's a lot of cool things. If you have a small telescope, you can look at it. The first thing is going to be the moon. Let's enlarge our moon a little bit so we see in better shape in the sky. So the moon is very bright, and it is showing us faces. You will never see this big in the sky, and it's not going to come close to you like this. But just to show you how the face looks like, this is almost a round last quarter face. And the moon it takes 27 days to go around the Earth. So 27 days, it is close to a month, right? So does the sound, the word month, close to like the moon? Maybe 1 month. The name of the month is coming from the word, the moon. Let's put the moon back away. By the way, if you watch our next week's video, come back next week and watch another live stream. We will entirely talk about the moon. It it is going to be cool. Now, the planets from left to the right around the moon, you see 3 bright planets. One is Jupiter. Let's take a look at Jupiter, how it looks. It looks that way if you use a small or maybe large telescope. Perhaps one day go to Star Party and take a look at it. It is the largest planet of the solar system. Second one is going to be Saturn. It has beautiful rings. Even with a small telescope, or if you have a very good pair of binoculars, you can see the rings of Saturn by yourself. Amazing. So another planet is going to be Mars. Mars is a red, tiny planet. Do you know why Mars is red? It's actually what also called rusty planet. The color comes from the rust on the surface. Mars rock has a lot of rust. That's why we see Mars in this red color. Let's fly to some of those planets. I like using some of the features of our planetarium, and the first planet I would like to fly is the first one I showed you is Jupiter. So we are going to fly to Jupiter, and first we need to leave Earth. That's the greatest, one of the greatest moments, because we can just take a look at our city first, and then our country, and then we see the entire planet. And leave everything behind, all the work, family, of course, for students, homework, which is great, and then go to our next destination, planet Jupiter. We have a separate video already on our page, talks about inner planets and outer planets. You can get more information about the planets if you like that. Jupiter is the largest planet in where? In the solar system. And Jupiter is a fast rotating planet. One day it takes about 10 hours on Jupiter. So here is the planets. Like every planet, they have bright side and dark sides. Now, I would like to go to the second largest planet of the solar system, and it is the ringed world, Saturn. As you see, our spaceship is pretty fast, which is great. And we are still able to stream this video to you near those supergiant planets. When we arrive, we'll say hi to all the rings and the moons of Saturn. This is an amazing ring system. And sometimes it becomes invisible like this because we are looking from the edge. The rings are pretty thin. And the rings are actually all about dust particles, ice particles, and very tiny rock particles. Very tiny. We are going through the rings, which is pretty cool. Saturn has a moon. Its largest moon and the second largest moon in the solar system, which is right here, called Titan. We talked about Titan in the earlier video. The Titan has air. It is the only moon that has air. Even some of the planets don't have air, like Mercury doesn't have one, for example. Pluto doesn't have one, but this one does. So would air is the indicator for life? Well, could be, but not entirely, because we need we need more conditions to be great for life. And we talked about this planet in detail, but the Titan is one of the planet that has air, even has lakes and the lakes and rivers around on the planet. Well, if you would like to see it from close, can show it to you pretty much how earlier space crafts passed by and seen Titans. We have a lot of surface detail information for this nice move. Well, everything is looking great so far, but I would like to take the chance right now and go back to our Earth, the viewing location, the initial viewing location. Because one thing I forgot to show you, I remember now, is let's go back our night sky right after sunset tonight and look at the west direction again. Remember what we seen in the west direction? There were bright stars and a planet. And there is actually another thing that probably you cannot see from the light polluted sky, like from around, if you're around big city. But there is going to be another object which is called Comet Atlas. This is amazing. Well, you are not going to see something like this in the sky. This is exaggerated version. But if you have a sufficiently big enough telescope, you can see this comet for yourself. And especially amateur astronomers around the world are watching this comet right now. So what about it? It was actually announced that as somewhat threatening Earth. Well, let me tell you, as an astronomer, I'm telling you, there is no threat to Earth. This comet is not going to crash into Earth, not even get close to it. I know a lot of websites on the internet are telling us the comet is going to collide with Earth and change the climate and so on. This is not true. There is no credible website to do that. If you are looking for a credible website, check NASA resources. And in the NASA resources, you will find a lot of information, a lot of the NASA scientists. They have done calculations way in advance. So this comet is going to get close to Earth at closest on May 23. But it's not one piece anymore. Back in March, it already broke into pieces. And now the comet is in pieces, in smaller pieces. So as it gets close to the sun, now it is estimated that it is going to melt and nothing is going to be left behind. So this is going to be the end of the comet. Well, that happens to a lot of comets because comets are, they have mainly ice. This ice actually, as the comet gets closer to the sun, the ice starts melting and evaporation creates this nice blurry tail because it's actually all water evaporating from the comet's surface. And some comets get hot enough to completely melt and then you will see the comet is gone. So this is pretty typical. And this may get a little brighter on May 23rd. It is actually within the visibility limits, but you really need a very dark observation site, which doesn't exist around Dallas-Fort Worth area. So those are the things I wanted to show you today. One more thing as a bonus feature, maybe we can talk about a little bit the Ring Nebula. If you find the constellation Lyra tonight, and in this constellation, let's go to the morning sky first. In this constellation, there's a star called Vega, very noticeable bright star. And this Vega is actually a twin brother of our sun. And if you look around Vega and find the Lyra constellation, there's a very nice deep space object in it. But you should look at it in the morning hours. I'm talking about 5:30. So here, if you use a telescope, you cannot see it without a telescope. But if you use a telescope, you will see a colorful ring. This colorful ring is going to appear something like this in the sky, which is going to be an amazing picture. So this ring nebula, it is also called planetary nebula. There is no planet hidden inside. This is actually a remnant of a star, just because of its orbital-looking shape. It is called planetary nebula, but it is actually misleading to what it is. What it is it's a remnant of a small star. So there was a star, got to the end of its life. The star just pushed all the gas, the hot gas, outside of the star, and this gas is still hot, and it is glowing in different colors. And it glows in different colors because the hot portions of the gas, which are the inner sections, glows hotter. They are blue, and it gets first green, yellow, and red because the gas is actually cooling as we go and look toward outer the edge. So this is typical for small stars. This can happen to the sun. Not anytime soon, no worries, no alarm for anything. But this is what happens to small stars. How about big stars? Let's actually save this conversation for another video. Well, I hope you enjoyed our public live stream. We can always answer questions here. If you watch this video after our live stream, just drop your question as a comment, and we'll come back to that and answer it as best as we can. And also, in about 5 minutes, we will offer another planetarium feature to you. First time at UTA Planetarium, we are going to live stream one of our planetarium shows, the recorded planetarium shows. So the difference is going to be, of course, when you are in the planetarium, you have this 360 degrees immersive environment. Well, we cannot create this immersive 360-degree environment on the computer screen or on your monitor to you, but we will just crop the most important portion, which is going to be just the front of audience, and we are going to just stream that part to your monitor, which is going to be great. So the show is Dynamic Earth. It is talking about the interior workings of our planet, and it is actually great and informative planetarium shows to understand the earthquakes and tsunamis and many other things going on that supporting life on our Earth. So I hope you will enjoy watching that. And again, if you like our live streams, if you like our videos, please like us, subscribe our social media channels, and drop your questions and tell us in any way you like. It can be a Facebook message, an email, however you like. Just tell us how we are doing and how we can do better. All right. Hope to see you with another live public planetarium show, and keep watching us. And thanks to all my staff here again, making this show possible. Planetarium team is doing great and bringing these videos and also the weekly video to you every week. All right. I hope to see you soon.